How many times have you heard this? I need a login page. It's just a users table and a login form and a session cookie. I can build this in a weekend. It's the single biggest lie we tell ourselves as software engineers. Today, we are diving deep into my research on why rolling your own authentication is a strategic disaster and why you need to stop doing it unless you are literally building an identity provider. Before we continue, I want you to know that this channel is all about growing as software engineers together. If you want to join, subscribe now. The problem is the iceberg illusion. You see the UI, the username and password field, and you think that is a feature. But the research shows that identity management isn't a feature, it's an ecosystem. When you decide to build your own authentication, you aren't just building a login form. You're signing up to build and maintain session management and revocation, password recovery flows that can't be spoofed, rate limiting to stop botnets, and complex protocols support like Auth 2 and SAML. And if you mess up any of this, your company hits the news for all the wrong reasons. Let's talk about security. You might be a great engineer, but are you a better cryptographer than the entire industry combined? According to OWASP, broken access control consistently ranks as the #1 vulnerability in web applications. This isn't just about weak passwords, it's about implementation flaws. Take password storage. If you're still using SHA-256, you're already vulnerable. Modern standards demand memory-hard algorithms like Argon2 or bcrypt. But even if you pick the right algorithm, you have to configure it correctly. Did you set the work factor high enough to stop GPUs from cracking it? Did you handle the salt correctly? Did you use a cryptographically secure random number generator for your tokens? Or did you accidentally use math.random? One slip up here and your data is at risk. Then there's the maintenance tax. Let's look at the Equifax breach. It cost them over $1.4 billion. Why did it happen? It wasn't because they didn't have smart engineers. It was a failure to patch a known vulnerability in a library they were using. When you build your own authentication, you are responsible for tracking every CVE for every library in your authentication stack. If you use a service like Auth0, that is their job. They patch the platform. You just sleep at night. Now, let's talk money. There's a fallacy that building is free because you have salaried engineers. But developer time is the most expensive resource you have. The research reveals that authentication functions take the third most time to build and maintain in-house, behind only data management and DevOps. If you have 2 engineers spending $50,000 worth of time to build a login box, plus $20,000 a year maintaining it, your free solution is costing you 6 figures. Meanwhile, a dedicated service costs a fraction of that. Finally, there's the compliance nightmare. GDPR, CCPA, SOC2, HIPAA. If you build it yourself, you are 100% liable for how that data is stored, processed, and deleted. When you buy a service, you operate under a shared responsibility model. The provider handles the infrastructure, security, and compliance certifications. You just configure the policy. It drastically lowers your legal liability and speeds up your own audits. In conclusion, data is a new currency. You don't want to mess up with your users' data. It may cost you a fortune. Your customers don't care if you wrote your own authentication system. They care if your app works and if their data is safe. Thanks for watching. If you want the full deep dive report on this, check the link in the description. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.